Okay, guys, what is up? It is Nachodon with part two of the video series on the Terra Luna ecosystem. This one is on Anchor Protocol. This is a protocol built on Terra. It was just released less than a week ago, a few days ago. I'm still learning myself. This will not be a comprehensive video. This will be an overview. This will be to give some examples. And I am not the expert here, and I have no association with Terraform Labs or the Terra team. I'm just involved in the community, and I'm passionate about the project. So let's just make that clear. As always, just an ode to the Michael Jordan of DeFi, Do Kwon. I've just got to put this up thanks to the crypto truffle pig for his GIF or his meme, I should say. And let's move on. Okay, bye bye. Bye-bye, Doe. See you in a bit. Okay, so let me just start off by saying, before we get into the protocol itself, that there are always an abundant amount of documentation where you can deep dive into these protocols. I should have that below, unless I forget, but that should be below this video for you to dig in to the docs and read about the minutiae of the protocol. Okay, there's a lot of stuff I'm not going to be covering here. Okay, and liquidations and things like that. I don't have my head fully wrapped around that yet. I haven't even read about it yet. So let's dive into the protocol, though, shall we? And see how we can use this to our benefit. Okay, first of all, you can go to anchorprotocol.com, and we see they've got a pretty cool web page here. The whole idea behind Anchor, which is built on top of Terra, and if you watched part one of my video where I show you how to stake and how you can earn rewards, and of course we're getting juicy airdrops. We just got a juicy fat airdrop. I don't even want to tell you folks how much I got, but it was ridiculously generous and wonderful, and it's making me forget about the rest of crypto. Honestly, it's insane. And I'm a guy who's been in crypto since 2014. So what is that telling you? I mean, seriously. We're going to take a peek in to these protocols today. This particular protocol, Anchor Savings. This is designed to benefit regular people. Okay, people who are getting no yield in this low or no interest or negative interest rates, like I think they had in Germany and some other places in Europe, environment. And this is much needed in the world. Okay, and this is not a video to explain how they're doing this, but I will just say this, that it is an ingenious protocol designed by Terraform Labs and Do Kwon that takes advantage of the firm guarantees of interest and yield that is generated by proof of stake protocols like Luna, like Atom, like Polkadot, and like Solana, and on and on. They can add more protocols as they come, eventually ETH 2.0. So this is a way to take your liquid atoms, for example, or lunas, and make them go to work for you. Okay, so let's get right into it. The way you do it first is you're going to launch the web app. Okay, so I'm going to click here, and this is going to pop up my account. Okay, so this is my account. In back of my head, there's actually a wallet drop down, which is cool, and it always shows you the amount of UST you have in there, and if you just click on it, it shows you your address and stuff. I'm just trying to cover up my address and anything. I don't really care if people know how much I have or don't have, but it's just for the sake of a little bit of privacy. But anyway, this is the savings portion. I'm going to do a couple examples here. So I think I have about $400 in my wallet. So what I'm going to do is I am going to deposit some into the savings here. So let's just do $100. Okay. So that's going to cost me $1 fee. It's okay. I mean, the fee's a little bit high, like if you're dealing in small amounts. Okay, nothing compared to Ethereum, so let's not complain here. But whether I was doing, if I'm doing $300, okay, it is a little bit more, but I think that maxes out around there. Let's see. Yeah, it maxes out at $1.93. Okay, so anyway, I'm just going to do $100, spend the dollar fee just for the sake of this example. You'll see that it brings up a ledger confirmation. I hit submit. If you don't know how to do this, watch my first video. I got to click through on my ledger, which is what I'm doing now, and I'm signing the transaction with my ledger. Again, watch the first video in this series if you want to know how to hook up your ledger, and all the instructions are in there. And then boom. Now look what I have. I have $100 in my savings account now, which is awesome, right? And look at what the interest rate is. Over 21%. Almost, it's 20%. It's almost 21%. Now the other day I put in $70,000, a little over $70,000 in here, and because I was just wanting to put it in here. I actually had it in my wallet. I was just trying to decide what to do with it, and you can see when I put it in on the 18th at 10:30 p.m. It was $70,914, and then when I redeemed it, I took it out to do other things with it, which I'll be getting into in this video series. You can see just it was the next day. Just not even a full day went by, and I was already credited all that interest. I mean, come on, look, folks. You have people out there, you have friends, you have family that want to save. Okay, they don't need to understand crypto to understand Anchor Protocol. Okay, and that's why I'm starting with this video, because in the earn section, you just saw me deposit $100 worth of UST, which that's United States Terra stablecoin. It's equal to exactly $1. So 1 UST is equal to $1 US dollar. Okay, and you can get UST on KuCoin is the easiest place, or Uniswap, and a number of places. And I will put that also in the description. But you need to get UST, and you could usually acquire it with Bitcoin or Tether. I think you can acquire it with Ethereum in a couple different places. But you get your hands on UST. And one of the ways for, like, let's say an American to do this is to go on Coinbase. And then what you would do is you would buy, let's say you wanted to put $10,000 into this. You buy $10,000 worth of Bitcoin. You transfer it over to KuCoin. You sell the Bitcoin for UST. Which is the dollar Tether, Terra dollar, okay, UST. This is the stable coin that is built, the main stable coin that is built on the Terra blockchain, okay, and sort of one of the core stable coins of this ecosystem, okay. So I had UST because it's very useful on Terra. And so as you can see, I just made a quick deposit, and now this is earning interest in real time, okay? And this is pretty amazing. And look at this. They're showing you right down here how much interest you're earning. Like I said, I only had $70,000 in there for a few hours, and it shows me how much I earned. Okay, so this is the easiest, most simple, safest way, and this is a guaranteed yield. This yield is going to be, 20% right now. As other protocols come in, maybe that interest rate will change a little bit, but it will be the base savings rate, the benchmark money market savings rate for all of crypto. And this is just incredible. And I've been playing around with this, and I'm just like, my mind is blown of all this great stuff that's happening. So let's get into that. Okay, so what I'm going to also do is I'm going to take out a loan now. Okay, so let's go to the borrow tab. Now, how do I borrow? Now, you can see I have, what I did is I took out a loan for $71,000 based on this collateral, $230,000. And that was, you could see they have a you have a limit, right? You can only borrow 50% of your collateral. This is how they keep things safe and make sure that the loans are fully collateralized. If you go over 50% of that collateral, you can get liquidated, okay? So that's something you don't want to do. And so you want to have this slider in the green, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So being that I already have this loan in place, okay, and by the way, I'm making 323% at the moment on this loan. There's my borrow rate, but here is, to incentivize the loan for an early use of the protocol, they're distributing Anchor tokens to people. Anchor tokens are valued at roughly, $6.50 right now. I'll get into that in just a little bit. But for taking out a loan, I'm getting paid, okay? So this is just really insanely good. And this is mainly a function of the, I believe, of the Anchor tokens that we're receiving that are valued at like $6.50 now, okay? And that's part of what's called distribution in crypto. I've gone over this before in some other videos, but, when a crypto project first starts, one of the things that gives it value is if you can get the coin into a lot of people's hands. And so what a lot of these new protocols are doing, like Anchor, like certain things that are built on Ethereum, are distributing the token, the minted token supply, and spreading it out to the users and awarding those who are bringing value to the platform. So by me taking a loan, I'm bringing value to the platform. I'm staking in the pool, and all of the things that are working under the hood. And this is, I can only imagine all the wires and all the flux capacitors that are beneath the hood of this beast. It's just amazing. These guys are seriously geniuses. It's unbelievable. So this isn't to get into all of that, but look at this, guys. I'm taking out a loan and I'm getting 323% back to me. Okay, so how could you not take out the loan, right? So that's why I did this. I didn't need this loan, but I had the collateral, right? I have the Luna. That's the thing right now, because soon you're going to be able to use atoms, Polkadot, your dots, and your Solanas. I don't know what those are called, souls or something, right? You're going to be able to use those on this same system. So let me show you how to do that with Luna, okay? So what am I going to do? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to bond some Luna. Okay, so this is step one of the loan process. And again, eventually you'll be able to do this with atom or dot. So if you're watching this, sometime in the future from when I made this, and you have atoms and you want to put them to work and you want to get a loan on them, just follow these same steps, but with atom. Okay, you'll have to send atom to the address, and then this is how you do it. Okay. So as you can see here, I have a balance of like 25,000 liquid Lunas, right? Now, most of my Lunas are staked. Yes, I'm a fairly decently size holder, I guess. It is what it is. And what I'm going to do here is take another 5,000 of these. I'm going to take 5,000 Lunas, and I am going to basically swap them for what's called bLUNA. Now, I have to select a validator here. So I've done this twice already, and I did bHarvest in Chorus 1. So this time, I think what I'm going to do is click Certus 1. Not really familiar with them, but I'm gonna do that there. You can see here there's a 50-cent mint fee on this, right? So here we go. I'm going to turn, this is part one of doing a loan. I'm going to turn 5,000 real Lunas into 5,000 bLUNAs. Now, let me just say this before I mint these puppies. Whenever you're, you see, these are, you have to do this with liquid Luna. Don't ask me, and it's not possible, at least not yet, how to do this with staked Luna. You can't. You have to unstake your Luna first. Like if you have them staked, like I showed in video 1, and you have all your Luna staked and you're earning those juicy rewards and those airdrops, well, you're going to have to give those up in order to partake in this kind of loan system. But being that I had some liquid, I'm able to do this, right? So these were already liquid. If I was not liquid, I would just unstake whatever I was comfortable with unstaking, and then, of course, not receiving airdrops on. Although I heard that they might be fixing that down the road, and they might give the airdrops, but I'm just taking it like they're not going to give those, so you're not going to get those. So, but these were liquid Lunas, not doing anything for me anyway. This was my trading bag, right? But I'm kind of afraid to trade Luna, to be honest with you, because like I don't want to, sometimes you trade something and then what happens is, you trade and then you're waiting for the dip, and then you get a little dip, and then next thing you know, the thing reverses and takes off on you, and then the end result is you're left with less. And because Luna's so valuable, I've just been staking more and more and more of it as time has gone on, but I still have some that are liquid. So anyway, let's get to the minting process. Again, this is step 1 of the loan process, and I'm going to mint some. And you can see there, this is basically the browser extension that I talked about in video 1 that you need, the Chrome browser extension. I'm going to hit submit. And so what it's doing right now is it is asking me for confirmation on my ledger. I'm clicking through the contract, and I'm hitting sign. Now, as soon as I hit sign, we just wait about 6 seconds, and I should have 5,000 bLUNA. There we go, for a cost of 50 cents. And the exchange rate is 1-to-1, as you see here. Okay? So let's go back. Now you'll see those 5,000 Lunas were taken out of my balance, right? Okay. Now, when I return my Lunas, my bLUNAs, I can burn them here, okay? So right now I have 5,000 liquid bLUNAs. I could burn them right now. I could burn them right back to Luna. Let's see how much that'll cost me. Well, I'm gonna hit deny on this, but you can see I can do this, and I can get them right back. It'll just cost me 50 cents UST as a fee. Okay, but I'm not going to do that now because I want to show you guys how to do a loan. But eventually, once you settle out your loan, and if you want your Luna back, this is how you do it. You burn it, and then you got to wait the 21 days. You got to wait the 21 days. See what it says there. Make sure you read things, people. Make sure you go and you read the docs and stuff. Okay. Don't just listen to videos like me. I mean, I'm trying to help here, but like I said, this isn't comprehensive. Okay. So anyway, this is how you would burn it back, and then in 21 days, you would claim them at another time, okay, in the future. All right, so let's go back to the actual protocol, and now I want to borrow, right? So I just minted my bLUNAs. I need bLUNA to borrow, right? So let's see what I can do. Ah, look at that. Oh, no, nope, first. I'm sorry, we're going to provide. Okay, so did you catch that? All right, so look, I'm still getting the hang of this, all right? My training wheels aren't necessarily off yet, but, I'm going to power through it, and I'm going to do it. So I've already provided the equivalent, I've provided, it says right there, 11,000 Lunas, right? And that is currently worth $230,000, right? And that is the function of how much I'm able to borrow. So I'm able to borrow at this point, the maximum, half of that. Let's just call it $115,000. But I don't want to walk that edge of borrowing. So I've only borrowed 61% of what I'm permitted to borrow, right? Because I want to keep, just in case Luna takes a sharp dip or some whale dumps it. I don't want to lose my Lunas, so, and I want to get liquidated, right? Because that real Luna that I just locked up in that contract with that validator, that's in danger of being lost if price reverses a lot, right? So if I see this number going up, that's actually a bad thing for me, and I could be in danger of being liquidated. So then what I want to do is add more cash to it, okay? So the other day, or just yesterday, Luna was taking a little bit of a dip, and I went into the orange, and I was like, shit, I don't want to lose this. So I went over and I liquidated something that I had on Mirror, and I'll get to that in the next video. We'll talk about Mirror Finance, but I went over there and I liquidated some things, and then I use the cash to put back into this contract to bring it back down into the green, okay, into the safe zone. Hopefully that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, listen to it over and over again, and you'll be thoroughly confused. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide more. Well, where am I going to provide more? Okay, I'm not seeing the bLUNA, so let me just do a refresh. Sometimes when you don't see something, all you got to do is a refresh, and then, there it is, right? You see, look at that. I'm the tech guru here. I'm figuring out where's my bLUNA? You don't cry about it. You just refresh the browser. All right, so here we go. I am going to provide. Now you notice here, this is the slider. My new borrow limit will be $167,000. Wow, a lot of money. So, but what I'm going to do, so I can move this slider anywhere I want, right? Oh, not enough assets. I see. Okay. Well, let me just click out of there and just hit provide again, right? And I'm going to do the max amount. Okay. That's my borrow limit, and this will actually bring my borrowing down to just 21% of my limit. But it's going to cost me 50 cents to do this, so I'm going to do it. Hopefully I'm not screwing this up too bad in your brain. So here we go. Again, I click through on my ledger, and it's confirming. So now I've taken those bLUNA that I have, right, and I'm providing them as collateral. Now notice my collateral number just jumped up to $334,000, right? Okay. Now you notice this went way down. That's a good thing. Right? That's a good thing. That means that Luna could take a big dip right here, and I'm still safe, right? I still own all my Luna. It's sad when if Luna takes a dip, though it doesn't do that very often, which is a good thing. But here we go, right? So the bottom line is, right, my new total that I can borrow, the maximum would be, roughly $165,000, right? We just saw that if you rewind the video a little bit, it says the maximum I could borrow, right? So right now I am going to, you can't see it right here, but this tab says borrow, and in back of my head here, it says repay, okay? Borrow and repay. But I'm not going to move my thing, because then you see what I'm all about, and I don't want to do that. So here's the thing, I'm going to borrow more. I am going to borrow more. Now remember, when I borrow, I'm getting that plus 300 and some dollars, right? So here we go. Luna's looking pretty healthy, I think, on the charts. So I'm going to move this up, and I'm going to borrow about $40,000. Okay, let's just call it $40,000. Now I got some wiggle room here, but I'm just comfortable doing this. And this is my total. This is based on all the money I've borrowed so far. I've done this a couple times now. I am going to borrow another $40,000. So here we go, right? See, there's my borrow amount. Here is my safe LTV, loan to value level. In this area, it starts getting orange, and then here you'd reach the max. So if I went all the way up to here, there's the maximum I could borrow at this moment, almost $100,000 with this amount. But I'm not going to do that. I want to, my Luna is too important to me, so I'm going to keep it safe. And I'm going to just keep it in the green there as recommended. And I am going to confirm this transaction on my ledger. And now I am going to borrow money from my, and by the way, I'm collateralizing this loan because I have a valuable asset called Luna that I'm putting up as collateral for this loan. So, there we go. But now the thing is, you can put your staked Luna to work, right? And this is a very powerful thing. So here's my total. Remember, I had around $71,000 value borrowed. Now I added $40,000 to that. So this is my total amount borrowed. Okay, now you can't see it, but up here in the corner behind my head is my new UST amount. And if I go to my Terra Station wallet, I can see that $40,000 just sitting in my account, waiting for me to do anything I want with it. I could send it to KuCoin and buy Bitcoin. I could buy more Luna with it. I could send it to Mirror Protocol and buy stocks with it. I could put it in the savings, right? So let's just go back. I'm going to put more into a deposit here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put $20,000 into just the standard deposit. Now I'll be honest with you. When I get off this call, I'm probably going to change this and put it into something else that's going to make more money. Okay. Actually, I'm not even going to do this because it's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. But if I want, I could get that 300% on the loan and stick it into something that's earning 20%, which is the simple savings. Just truly great. So let's go back, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the money for now, right? I'm going to take some of this, right? So here's the anchor price. It's been pretty stable between like 660 and 690 for a little bit here. I have quite a few of these, and as you can see, one of the things that I'm doing now, this is on the governance tab. It's on govern. This is a little bit misleading to me, a little bit non-intuitive, the fact that the rewards section is also in the govern part, but that's fine. You just get used to where things are. Now you can see I've got a couple different things going on here, right? I've got some stakeable anchor, 6,000 of them. I'm providing liquidity in the anchor UST pool, right? And also remember that 352% that I'm getting for just taking out a loan? Well, here they are, and since last night, I've gotten 68 anchors valued at $6 and some cents given to me. This is just, I mean, literally, this is like, like just 14 hours ago or something like that, okay? And then, of course, I've got a lot of money in here where I'm providing liquidity for the anchor UST pool. And so what I want to do is I want to take some of that borrowed money that I have, right, which you can't see, it's behind my head, and I want to provide more of, here, right, because I have some stakeable anchor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take about 20, I'm going to take, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take $15,000 of this, right, of my $40,000 borrowed, and I'm going to add liquidity. So I put in $15,000 here. That's going to take another 2,200 of my anchors, and it's going to put equal amounts. $15,000 is at the moment 2,250 anchors. Okay, and I'm going to add that liquidity, and as you can see here, it's about a $2 fee. And I'm sorry for people who think that the fees are high. I don't think the fees are high. I mean, should you be doing this if $2 is too much to you? Probably not. So I wouldn't make a big deal out of it. Okay, so don't worry about what LP is. By the way, LP is just a representation of your money in the pool. So I wouldn't even get hung up on that at all. There's really nothing you can do about it. There's no way you can, it's just how the system accounts for the liquidity you're providing. Okay, so here's the fee. Here's how much UST is per anchor at the time I'm doing this, and here we go. I'm going to click, submit, click on through the, and sign the transaction with my ledger, which is usually the safest way to do things, right? Okay, and so I just provided what? Take a look at that. I took 2,250 anchors that I had kind of sitting there doing nothing. I added 15,000, so this is 15,000 and this is $15,000, and that pool will rebalance as time goes on. Okay. Now, one of the things that I'm going to throw in the description is an article and a video on impermanent loss. Let me just explain that real quick, but I would encourage you to look at the video in the extra piece that I'm going to put in the description. Let me make a note for myself. Impermanent loss. Okay, so when the pool balances, like if a lot of people start buying Anchor and the price starts going up, you might say, well, that's good. Well, if you're in the pool and your goal is to stack Anchor, right, by getting the Anchor rewards, it might not be that good, because what happens is your Anchor will start being sold, and you'll see this number will go up while this number will go down. Your Anchors will go down while your UST will go up. And likewise, when Anchor is being sold off, your Anchors will go up and your UST will go down. So it's just this constant balancing act that the protocol does algorithmically, and it kind of smooths out volatility, though. So you don't get you don't capture the big upsides of big moves, but you don't capture the big downsides as well. So for me, I'm noticing that Anchor is sort of like trading in this like small range. So it's a perfect time for me to go in and to just collect that easy 300%, because look how many I got since last night. Now, by the way, I just provided, you gotta finish the process and stake it. See it's in the red. It's kind of reminding me there. So I'm gonna go and stake now. And how much do I want to stake? Well, of course, all of it. All right, so here we go. So this is when I'll start making the money. So here we go. Sign that transaction. There we go. Okay. So now we are back. This is now my total staked, right? If we go back to the main page, again, you could see from last night, I got 250 of these puppies. And then from my borrowing on the 70,000, I got 69. Well, now I just added another 40,000 of that. So I'm going to see these probably ramp up a bit, unless like tons more people come in and crowd in this pool. And then that's going to bring the percentage down and stuff. So I'm actually getting more for borrowing now than providing. So that's pretty interesting. Okay. So I think, by the way, you can trade Anchor. So I have some Anchors here. So let me just show you an example. You can buy or sell. So, this is a DEX. Okay. So, a decentralized exchange. So let's say I want to sell 100 Anchors. Well, let me sell just 200 of them, right? I'm just going to do, for an example. It's not that I don't like Anchor. I love Anchor. As you can see, I have a bunch of them, but I just want to give an example. I'm going to just sell 200 of them. I'm going to pay, there's the fee, there's the trading fee. It is what it is. And I'm going to go sell some right now. So here we go. You know what? Let's sell 500 of them. Right? So we get $3,000, That covers my nut for the month, right? There we go. All right. I'm a simple man. All right. We click on through. Click. And watch. Well, okay, you can't see my wallet, but I have 25,378, and boom, 28,697. I just sold 500 Anchor for $3,322 at a rate of $6.64 each, with a trading fee of $10.19. There's the hash, and there's there's another fee that I paid. Okay, so there you go. You can buy. Now, let's say I think Anchor is undervalued. Now, see, I have a lot of Anchor, so I'm not anxious to, acquire a ton more. I'll see how things go. I don't know if it's underpriced or overpriced yet. I believe this is sort of price discovery. But if I think Anchor, like let's say Anchor drops down to $3 or something, or $4 or $5, I might step in with a bunch of UST, maybe through a loan, and buy a bunch of it, right? So there's so many creative things that you can do. I think that's about it for this video. Again, bonding is the first step. Borrowing, right? You're getting this fat APR on the loans that you're going to get. You can come over here and you can stake in the pool. You'll see your borrowing rate and how many rewards you're getting. You can claim your rewards right here. Let me just do that. One last thing. I'm going to claim. Okay, so this one didn't. Something weird happened there. So what I always like to do when anything weird happens is just quit the app, open the app, hit refresh. See, I've got 319 anchors to claim. I'm going to claim. See, I just sold 500 of them. You know, I'm getting like hundreds of these a day. No comparable devices. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, okay, there we go, and then it goes through, right? So you don't ever panic, you know, when something's not working. It's usually just the browser or something. You know, you just got to refresh it. Sometimes you clear the cache, and then you're good to go. Okay, so I just claimed 320 anchors. There we go, and so that'll be in my in my total of anchors now. Okay, so again, trade, governance stake. Now, the governance stake is not. You know, I could stake all these right now. So let me do that, right? So let me just stake these into governance, these 4,000 of these. I'm going to stake because it's giving like about 2%. Click through on my ledger. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure where that 2% comes from. I'd have to read the documents, which I haven't done yet, and figure out where that 2% comes from. I'm not very concerned with it. I'm sure it's pretty well thought out. Everything Terra does is well thought out, and so I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to stick it in there for now because they don't get locked up in governance, by the way. And so why not get the 2%? You know, I might make a couple anchors on it. You know, that's a burrito or something, right? So anyway, I think that's all I'm going to say about bonding, borrowing, earning, right? I got the $100 in there. Hey, look, I already earned some money. You see that? I put $100 in. I'm in. It's already earned some money. That's pretty powerful. Yeah, it's just awesome. So I love this. I love this system. Oh my gosh, it's just like so incredible. We're really taking back control with the tools that Terra is offering us here, and the ability now to take your staked Luna. Well, it's taking liquid Luna and staking it, but in a way that'll make it liquid for you. Just keep in mind that when you unstake your Luna, there is a chance that you will never get your airdrops on those coins. So whatever I'm playing with here, in terms of my bLUNA, I am no longer receiving airdrops for Mir, no longer receiving airdrops for Anchor on that amount, and I'm no longer going to receive airdrops for anything in the future that might get launched on Terra and drop airdrops to us. But you know, I do have a fair amount staked. I'm not touching those. That's sort of my baby. But this is kind of play money for me, and it's a lot of fun to play with, and it's a lot of fun to get this compounding. It's tempting for me to unstake some of them because the numbers are so good, but you know, I'm just gonna keep most of my stuff staked. That's just the way I'm playing it. There's so many ways to skin this cat. There's so many ways to make money here, and it's just so liberating to be able to take out these loans for yourself and do whatever you want with. Now in the next video, we're going to be talking about Mirror Protocol and how I am using some of this borrowed money, because remember, I still have $28,000 to spend right now, right, from my loan. And in the next video, I'm going to show you how I spend that in the Mirror Protocol and how I compound my gains even more. Now right now, the gains are probably best on Anchor, but that can change over time, and I am a big fan of Mirror Protocol, so that will be in part 3 video. But I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you learned something. I hope you learned how to bond your Luna and how to get a loan, and also I hope that you tell everybody about this, because you know, even mom and dad can understand. You know, you just get the UST, you deposit it, and you get 20%. I mean, this is a no-brainer, and this thing is going to be huge, and you don't have to know how to do DeFi. There are great DeFi elements to Anchor with the borrowing and all of that. By the way, there's governance as well, which this is a decentralized protocol. So make sure that if you have a passion for this, that you get involved and learn. Learn how to do this. I mean, look at this. I already earned another anchor already by the time I just claimed that. I mean, it's just amazing, right? So, God bless you, Do Kwon, and God bless Terraform Labs, and God bless the audience out there. If you're interested in the Nacho Research Lab and you like this kind of information, this is me every day talking about this kind of stuff. It'll be below. You can email me. We share some very expensive publications and other stuff in the group, but mainly it's about community. It's about freedom-loving people who are trying to, beat this new world order system and get ahead. Anyway, God bless. Take care, and I think that'll be for this video. See you in part 3 about the Mirror Protocol.